We are just to the west of you, Coach, on the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Houston Texans. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Looking for his tight end, fouls, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David, and he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting to get 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Fresh off the pick 6, it's Watson. He'll buy some time right. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and said, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
And he slides to avoid the hit.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here's a guy on his 4th franchise in 2 years, Carlos Hyde. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Hyde. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Yeah, he's going to keep it here. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Go, go, go. It's going to be a long day.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Watson flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Back to throw, Watson. And the pressure gets to him again. Devin White in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 18. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. The 2nd-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 27-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point by Gain is up and good. And it's now 14-0.
14. Texans, nothing. Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
A gain of 10 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Good set. 19. Watch the slant. Check. Crunch. 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 Check. 552. Squeeze, double.
They'll run it. Here's High. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Let's go.
Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
1st down, Texans.
5 was that. 19. Oh, here we go. Oh, he's coming. We got double up.
They run again with Hyde on 1st. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 2nd down, Hyde. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out.
Let's get it.
From the gun, here's Watson. Flush to his right. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. 33 yards that time. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin White, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. Get away.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. And he's going to go down again. Devin White able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
3rd and long. It's Watson. Forced out to his left. He wants it all for the end zone. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
I got you. Hey, watch it, watch it. Watch twitch. Twitch.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He's at the 30, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Watson letting one fly, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. Cooper was the target there.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line.
3 down, 3 down.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 32-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Only one way to describe Ronald Jones' rookie season with Tampa Bay, and that's disappointing. Drafted to be their lead runner, just 23 carries on a team that ranked 29th in the NFL in rushing.
I smell fear in that offense. Switch. Flip it.
On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Get him, boys. Yeah. That's how we
So on 4th down, out comes the Bucs free agent signee Bradley Pinion to punt, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
Hey, 31!
Now a 1st down throw. Watson escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Hey, tight.
Throwing again is Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Texans 7. Fairbairn set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Working out of the gun, Winston. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he works free. And he's into the clear. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Scott Miller, his 6th touchdown of the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Watson to throw again. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Darian Stewart. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some...
And now nothing but green ahead of him. And how about that for just running out the clock? Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin in the final seconds of the first half as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings us 2nd and 7 at the Texans' 42-yard line.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
They'll go again to Jones. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
41's easy. Get your swerve on.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Tampa Bay.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
SOS.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. Benardrick McKinney, a first-time Pro Bowler a season ago, in on the tackle there.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless. On 3rd down, Winston. And Winston lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. He's got daylight. The 40. The 20. 10. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead.
Texans 14.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Watch the run. He's checking. Green, triple team.
Throwing on 2nd down. Winston nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. To throw, Winston. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Chris Godwin, 89 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Texans 14.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Back to the air. Watson on second down. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Personally, I think they've got to go somewhere else with the football. They've got him bracketed out there in double coverage. Makes it hard to fit it in time after time.
It would have had to have been an absolutely perfect pass and not good enough. Now it's Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 59. Here I come.
They're going for it. It's Watson. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Devin White and the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
I got one. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Hatch it, hatch it. Easy. Hey, Floyd, hatch it.
Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that will extend this big lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we seen?
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Levante David able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Hey, 59.
Watson now to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 40 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
40 ready. Black 25. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Check, 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 check. Easy. Hey, let's go.
They'll run on first down. Jones up to make the stop. The Texans' leading tackler a year ago, Zach Cunningham.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Back now in Tampa. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Again, it's Jones. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Whip. Watch the whip.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jones past the 20. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, 38 yards. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Buccaneers. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Buccaneers 56, Texans 14.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll roll him out right. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Sliding out of the pocket. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Going up top. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
2nd and 6. At the 44-yard line.
Check. Wait. Shift. Watch the shift.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45.
Easy work.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Easy.
On third down, here's Jones. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on third and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
Watch the boot. Switch.
On first down, it's Logan. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
They can't stop me.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. He'll find Miller. That's complete. He got 29 yards that time.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. T.J. Logan with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that will extend this big lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. And give him a gain of 37. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin White in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
Back two, the left side. Back two. I got you. And let's go.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson escaping the pressure right. His throw incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Mike 52. You better be afraid of me.
Now Watson throwing on 3rd and long. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. 20, 10, 5, and that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Makes the score Buccaneers 70, Texans 14.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
Out of the gun, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw is Watson. Throwing again. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats. This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off inside the 10. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And down to the 29-yard line. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?